Okay, good morning everyone. It's so wonderful to see you again. So welcome to this closing seminar of the course. And I'm so excited to see what you have done during the past 2 months. And this day is mostly you talking and we listening and seeing what you have accomplished. So here is roughly what's going to happen today. So I have my colleagues here again. So Juha will have a nice competition for the teams. So we will also have some prizes for you. So each one of you will get the chance to vote for the teams. And Juha will tell you shortly more about that. So after his presentation, there will be a voting, online voting, but Juha tells you more about that. So after me and Juha's introduction, so we will start with the teams, and here is a preliminary schedule. So we would be starting with Perusturva, the first team. So if it's okay with you, we can of course switch the places as well, but this is how we planned it. So it's around 15 minutes for the presentation and roughly 10 minutes for discussion, feedback, and also for the voting. So we have quite a tight schedule, and one part of you succeeding in the project is also that you keep your presentation in 15 minutes. Okay, then the second team is from Satakunta, the wound care stuff, but unfortunately Vesa is doing surgeries today, so he's not able to come here, but my lovely colleague is giving you the feedback since she has expertise on the wound care, so Anu will take his place in a way, not in the operation room, but here. Yeah, and then we have Perusturva, the second team, and then 15 minutes break. And after the break, we have Tukimet team, AIM1 and Vuori presentations. And around 12, we will count the votes and then announce the winner. So this is how we will proceed. But yeah, maybe Juha can next tell us something about the voting.
All right. Yeah.
And please, all the presenters, if you could stand here so we have the camera there, so we will upload a recording later on Moodle. Okay. So that's why you would be here.
So, nice to see you. It's been like 2 months, and we have met in the Hill seminars, in the video conferences, and today Jaana Olsson, who was at the first workshop, she's sick today, but we got Salla.
Yeah. So I'm Salla Heinen, I'm a lead service designer from Futurise, and I'm here replacing Jaana for the jury, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So today we are going to have the demo, and we kind of had demos in the between, if you consider the Hill seminars as some demos. And the idea of having these is in what we talked about in the first seminar, that is continuous improvement and validating stuff and showing and doing things in short sprints rather than just doing some long plan and then implementing that all at once. And also the idea is, if you are working in the autonomous team, in the demos you can have the chat with your product owners and the people who are financing the project, and having discussion with them also. And it's really good way for everybody to keep also the pulse on and keeping things happening, because you know that the next demo is in maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and it gives also motivation and transparency. So today you are all having the demo, but we also have not just having the old demo, but concentrating also the other teams' demos. And to keep you focused on those, we have made you 6 questions about the concept and the teamwork. The first one is, how clear is the problem? That's the need the team has been solving. You got somehow in the first day, you got the idea of, okay, maybe it could be this kind of concept you could be working on. but have you been been able to clarify the problem more, maybe getting also the user insights and understanding the business problem better and so on. So the other question is how much of the concept is based on the real user insights? So or have you been just doing the first idea, or did you really meet the end users and customers and did some user research and interviews, maybe some observation work? Does that show in the demo? Did you get a good picture of the journey the team has gone through? So it's not just showing what you have done, but why you have done, made this concept, how you have ended in this concept. What have you learned during the last months, and what were the surprising moments, and what kind of decisions you have had to do, and where those are based on. Well, and you have these multidisciplinary teams. You have the developers and healthcare professionals in your team. Does that really show in this demo and the path you have done? And well, how focused and mature the concept is. This doesn't mean that the concept has to be ready and the implementation has to be ready, but it's more about that does the team have the focus, that have they been able to cut these all ideas, that maybe it could be this and maybe it would be nice to have also a little bit that kind of solution and maybe that feature, but have they been able to somehow clarify that what are we doing, where are we aiming, and where are we now, and what are our next steps? And the last one is if you were investor, would you believe that this concept brings you enough money to put your own money in this case? And of course, don't take it do business wise, but also think that does this bring value for the society to do something like this and invest in the development work and so on. So these are the questions. We have, each team has their own link, but if you start with the tinyurl.com/SAMK team 1 and answer the questions after the first demo, there should be link to the next one, but we can also show this later if you get dropped out of the loop. All right. Any questions at this point, or?
Take a picture of the link and share this.
Yeah. That might be a good idea.
Enjoy your famous.
And when you answer these questions, you may also give feedback to your own team. So this is not so straight like competition, but also evaluating your own work and so on.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. So any questions related to this voting? We can also continue with these links and other things after each of the teams. So you will do the evaluation after each of the team, and we will use scale from 1 to 5, right?
Yeah. And the 5 is the best one. And
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Like in our grade. Okay. So the first team I would like to invite here, team Perusturva number 1. I have your presentation here.
Oh no. Okay, so our team is first of one, and it's my pleasure to start our presentation. I start as a project manager. Our presentation from the project management point of view, and after that we go through some ethical things and also our project's SWOT analysis. Then we have short part about collaboration with the customer and about testing. And then at the end, small review about technical part and the live demo. Okay. So the main objective of the project was to develop and configure new application for the perusturva SNA robot. Only wish was that it could be something else than entertainment application, so we have a quite open assignment. Our team agreed together right away at the first campus day that we want to develop something for the children. Our goal was to develop something totally new for the field situations, and our vision was to offer for our client application which could be used, for example, blood tests, dental care, or that kind of field situations. And after this brainstorming, we agreed that we start to work with the idea about the interactive storyteller robot. After a couple of days, we interviewed our idea to customer and the end user, and they liked our idea and approved the project. Here is a little bit about our project team roles and responsibilities. And our projects consist of multidisciplinary team of experts. And as a project manager, it was my responsibility to share our roles and tasks. And I wanted that everyone could use their own special skills and to achieve high quality and proper project result. And I believe that those dedicated resources helped each team members focus on their own part of the project. And of course, unnecessary duplication of tasks was avoided, and then the resources of the project were used efficiently. Then the concept phase. My job was to describe our project's milestones and think also our project's scope. We want that our project met the customer's needs. That is why our project organizational structure was carefully decided to meet the goals of the project. As a project manager, I monitored and controlled that we achieved our milestones on the time. During the project, we want to focus also ethical issues. We wanted to be sure that our project achieved its goals both ethically and technically. Here you can see that we have achieved almost all our milestones. Only some technical documentation and instructions for the user are still missing, and maybe some testing also, if we get time to test more our concept. But I think the documentation and instructions will get ready in a couple of weeks. Then we have the ethical part, and one member of our team is here in the presentation. Let's see. Oh.
Then a few words about the ethics. Or
This is like my bro.
Great.
for example, the European Parliament has emphasized that especially vulnerable groups, such as children, should be protected against the undesirable effects which the robots may cause. This may sound a bit far-fetched regarding this project, but it is anyway important to be aware of the major issues which should be considered regarding robots and people. The points of view should be at least safety, freedom, privacy, self-determination, non-discrimination, and data protection. Any issues were not identified regarding this project, except maybe a potential issue regarding the self-determination. The project is meant to be used in the situation where the child might be scared or tensed. It is also possible that the child does not feel comfortable with the robot, and then the child should have a right not to interact with the robot.
Okay, here is some slides, also children's fears, but we show this last presentation, so this could be go through everybody else. So, and of course we want to include the humor in this project. Here is our SWOT analysis.
We use the classic SWOT to combine the identified strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats about the project, teamwork and robotics in general. The identified strengths are that robot can be additional help for the work. It is new and most likely captures easily attention, and successful work requires multi-professional team. Some weaknesses were found as well, which are that robots are quite expensive and they have technical limitations. They should not substitute a human, and users might be dependent of the external technical knowledge. We also noticed that the technical documentation of the robot was not always very clear. Then opportunities can be that only imagination is the limit. It still seems that the whole field of industry is looking for meaningful use cases. This project may help to reduce child's fear in the actual situation, but if the interaction with the robot is successful, it also may help to support the balanced emotional development in general. And finally, the threats. Again, in general field is the acceptance level, but acceptance can fit to various categories. In this case, acceptance level is classified as a threat because in case the baseline is negative, so the attitude in the beginning is negative, the outcome might be negative as well. But this project also may work as a very positively regarding the acceptance, and a nice first experience with the robot may increase the positive attitude towards the robotics also in the future. Then some more general threats. We were thinking the possible privacy issues, and can robot be scary? Can child say no for the interaction with the robot? And then potential uncanny valley effect, which means the certain point where a robot looks too much like a human, but still not quite. And then a robot may start to look strange and scary, but when the robot looks even more like a human, then the person might start to have similar feelings towards the other people. With this project, there should not be a risk of this uncanny valley, except maybe regarding the recorded human voice. We use the classic SWOT to combine the identified strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats about the project.
Alright. Okay, then the customer testing part.
Okay. Shall we? A little bit first about the stories, because now speech and accent is quite challenging and unclear, especially for the children. We decided to record the stories, and now we play them. And
every selection, fear, joy, and anxiety, has their own stories. As you can see on the right side, there's story of fear. And I got a local radio host and professional performer to record the stories, both in English and in Finnish. In collaboration with Perusturva, I was in touch with the nurse of the child health clinic, who has been working with now among children, and we asked some questions regarding children and the story frame. And after that, the idea of interactive storyteller robot with our story frame was accepted by the client. And we call the robot now, but the Perusturva staff has been named this as Titus. So a few children knows also this as Titus. And after that, we arrange a demonstration with now in the kindergarten. But after that, we tested the application with few children. They were aged 2 and 6. And the story length and the whole story frame was very suitable, so children could concentrate it very well. But the picture recognition was quite challenging, and it worked now and then, so we added this QR code to the picture, so it recognized that very well. Then we went to the kindergarten, so the nurse held this story moment for the 14 kids, aged 3 and 6. And children were involved, so they got to decide which emotion and story related they wanted to hear. And after the story, children told their own experiences about fear or joy or anxiety or brave moments. Then after the story moment, we got feedback from the staff, and it was very positive. And children liked, especially for the jokes that Titus cracked, and it wasn't scary at all. None of the children were afraid, so it went very well. We were very positive about the results. And Titus functioned very well. It recognizes the pictures like in less than 5 seconds. But unfortunately, it only stared at the nurse, so it didn't. So the children didn't see Titus's face, but it didn't bother the children. So that was my part. Thank you.
Yeah. To program on, we use a programming environment which is called Choreograph. It's a really simple programming environment. Because we are using blocks, so we are not really writing code. We are just creating algorithm with blocks and inks. So we didn't need to create new functions. We only used pre-made functions, which was pretty easy. We just had to think about the whole thing. So to make him talk, we have different solutions. There is a function to play sound, so we can like play music or recorded voice, but we can also use synthesized voice, which is, we said, not always clear. In English, it's pretty good, but in Finnish, it shows some issues. We also use speech recognition, so if we speak to him, he can understand us. But in this situation, it was not very precise, and we thought that with children, it could create more issues on good things. So we just use it
In order to interact with the children, just like to do some simple interactions. And in order to do that, we use the object recognition or environment recognition. But we had to register complex items. That's why we have some card with pictures and QR codes. It's easier to the robot to understand, to speak to. And after that, we have to register them into the robot in its database. And he will be able to make simple choices. But we had some problem during the